Hey everyone, Aaron Stewart from the Little Black Couch wanted to go live this morning. Not typically what I do, but I was going through some routines, some hacks and things that I do every morning and realized that they may be helpful to, obviously not everybody does it the exact same way, but over the years I have learned that there's steps that I need to take every morning in order for me to come into work and be completely focused on the task at hand, which is trying to solve the world's problems, right? With some cool and unique solutions. So that's what we want to talk about today. Let's get started with a little intro. Cool. Well, there you go. Still getting used to the software, but hey, that's the intro. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get sick of that thing, but hey, I probably will long before, I don't know, maybe you're already sick of it. I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, so I wanted to jump in. Some of the more things that I like to do in the morning. I love to work, first and foremost. I love to be in the office. I love learning new things. I love producing new things. I love thinking about new ideas and just learning technology, all that kind of stuff. But in order for me to do that and to do that well, I have to be in the right mindset. And I think that we have to be very careful as entrepreneurs because things can get so stressful and we have to wear so many hats that if we're not in the best place possible, it can get pretty frustrating and discouraging in a hurry. Okay, so these are just some of the things that I do to make sure that I can put in. I like to get to the office somewhere between 6 and 6:30. And I usually don't go home until somewhere between 6 and 7. And I want to make sure that those 12 hours, and then I usually don't leave for lunch. I've got food here in the office and I usually just kind of stay here. Now, is that easy? No. I mean, it took me a long time to develop into some habits and routines that make it now possible for me to be in the office that long and still have a great life. One that I absolutely love. I love to get up in the morning and come do this. Right? And so there's some things that I do to make that happen. It didn't come easy. I used to be the guy that would, especially when I worked for other people, when it was lunchtime, right? I couldn't wait to get out of there and I squoze every last second out of that hour just so I could stay out of the office. And I didn't have to go back and face the responsibilities and all that. Well, when you become an entrepreneur, you have to be in the office. You have to be doing things that there are just some things that need to get done. And so you need to turn your mindset around so they become simple and easier to handle so you can keep your energy level up, you can keep your focus up, you can keep your motivation up, right? So here's some of the things I do when I first get up in the morning. And I know that there's been a lot of people that talk about this, but there's a way to modify this so it fits your lifestyle better as an entrepreneur. So I get up in the morning and the first thing I do on my phone, I never check my email. I don't check Facebook, Instagram, none of that. I keep that off. But I pick up my phone and I check the weather. I just check to see what the weather is going to be that day. Because when I know the weather, then my outfit is basically chosen for me. So I waste no mental capacity on what I'm going to wear that day. And what I mean by that is my whole wardrobe is based on the high temperature of the day. So so this is how my mind works. And if this can work for you, implementing things like this, you want to get into as many thoughtless routines as you possibly can and save, when we think we actually burn calories. And so our brains are taught to keep us alive. And so they're trying to reserve as many calories as possible in case we need to take off for our lives, right? And go into flight, whatever. It wants to make sure that it's got some in reserve. And so it's not going to allow you to think too much. And so that's where this whole brain drain thing comes from. So if we think too much on the things that don't matter, then we don't have enough energy to think about the things that do matter. Okay, so my whole life then, these hacks are about removing the complexities of life and reducing them to something as simple as possible so I can maintain what little I have up here to try to be creative and productive. Okay, so the first thing I get up and check the weather. And so if it's like 30 degrees or below, I know that I'm going to be wearing, I only have two colors of, I wear a black pair of jeans or a gray color of jeans. And I've got 3 pair of the black and 3 pair of the gray. And that's it. That's all I've got. Those are my pants. And so and then I've got either a black long sleeve t-shirt or a white long sleeve t-shirt. And that's it. Any of you that have seen me online will realize that this happens a lot. If I choose the white and I just grab one, it's dark in the closet and I've got 2 piles of t-shirt, whichever one I pull off, if it's a white one, then I can wear the black or the gray jeans. It doesn't matter. But if it's a black one, I always like it when I grab the black one because I know it has to be a gray pair of jeans. I can't wear all black. That doesn't work for me. Okay, so then that's done. And then if it's that cold, I know I have to grab a flannel shirt and I've always got a coat in the car. So my outfit's done. It's that fast. If it's 40 to 60 degrees, it's the same outfit. It's the long sleeve t-shirt and the jeans, same thing. So really from 60 degrees down, it's the same outfit, but I'll just add a flannel if it's cold. And if it's not cold, I don't add a flannel and I've got a coat in the car. So I'm good that way. When it gets a little more complicated is in the summer months. So I love to dress in the winter because it's completely simple. And some may say really boring, but I don't waste any time worrying about my wardrobe. It's a 2-second deal and it's based on the weather. So when it's 70 to 80 degrees, I always wear a short sleeve shirt, which I've got on today. But the shirt colors I wear are very limited. I wear black, gray, blue, and white, and that's it. Usually solid. And then I have a black pair of jeans or a gray pair of jeans. And again, based on if it's a gray shirt, then it's a black pair of jeans. If it's a blue shirt, then I can go either way. But I usually just grab whatever it is. If it's a white shirt, it can go either way. If it's a black shirt, it has to be gray. And I always like when I choose black because it has to be gray. So that's pretty easy. And then like today, when it's going to be over 70 degrees, then I'm in a short sleeve shirt and then a pair of shorts. And I have 2 colors of shorts, black or gray. That's it. So it may appear, and it's not like I only have 1 gray shirt. I've got 4 or 5 or something like that, or 2 or 3 blues or whatever. But I keep my wardrobe pretty simple because it just doesn't matter that much to me. And it's a way to save brain cells. Just save energy in the brain, right? I just don't want to think much about it. So that would be the first hack. Make sure that you can choose something to wear and get out of there with as little, expend as little energy as possible thinking about the things that don't matter. Okay, so that takes us to the next thing. I've written down some notes here. Then I go get in the car and I drive to the office. I don't shower or anything at home. I don't like to wake anybody up. I fortunately have a little shower and things here at the office, so I always get ready here at the office except on Sunday. So this is where I get ready. But so anyway, that's beside the point. When I get into the office, I don't go and get ready right away. I come into the office, and this is where I start to set myself up to have a really good day. The first thing I do, and again, everybody can do it a different way, but I think that this is really important in order to expand our mind and make it so it is as pliable as possible to learn new things. It's easiest if you acknowledge some kind of a higher power. I don't care if it's Mother Nature. I don't care if whatever it has to be for you. And I don't want to get religious. I am a religious person, so I like to say I start my day with a prayer. Right? So I will say a prayer that gets my mind expanded, thinking about bigger things, important things, thinking about family and friends and love and making good moral choices. It gets my mind into places that are bigger than my little world of problems. And that's where, as an entrepreneur, hanging out in your tiny little mind where all the problems are is a killer. So the first thing we do is expand everything out, right? We're about something that's much bigger than us. We're contributing to society. We want more love in the world. We want more peace in the world. We want more hope in the world. And so acknowledging, whether it's through meditation, whether it's through nature, whether it's taking a walk, whatever it is, let your mind expand. Because when your mind is expanded and you start learning and getting new ideas, you have the ability to make more connections with those ideas. So no, more problems and unique solutions occur when our minds are out, thinking about everything out. When we're just thinking about our own little problems, we also limit our solutions to very little solutions, if that makes sense. And as entrepreneurs, we're about the big picture and we're about solving the big problems, the things that matter to folks, right? That's where we need to be. We have a responsibility as entrepreneurs to be out there and thinking about the bigger picture. That's where our best solutions will come from. Okay, so get out there and just experience it. I do that with a prayer. And then once my mind is expanded, once I'm open to these bigger ideas, then I will study. I'll spend some time studying. And again, whatever you like to study, I like to study religious documents. I like to study from, always have some good books around that you're reading. Just get in and study whatever you're interested in at that point. Now that you've expanded your mind, now you can learn. This is such an important hack because now you're getting new information into this open mind and it will start making connections. Okay, these synapses start firing and making connections. And the more you practice this, the more you will prepare yourself to then start taking in, your mind is fresh, you've saved all this energy, you've expanded it to make it open, and now you're taking in new knowledge and truth, and your mind is starting to put those things together. Okay, so now you're in a really heightened state of learning, of connection, and this is a dopamine hit. You will feel a burst of energy now as you start your day. Now you've got new truth, new knowledge, an expanded mind, and now you're fired up, right? So this is usually about, for me, usually gets me about 7:30, 8 o'clock. At that point, I go and actually go take a shower and get ready. I have a big speaker. I have a big speaker here that I will then put a podcast or some religious talks or something on, and I take that with me to go in and get ready. So I've always got some noise going on because my mind is in such a cool place to start gathering and learning. And so that becomes kind of a period of learning. I'll get ready, get dressed, and then it comes to breakfast. I always have the same thing for breakfast, and I would recommend that you do it as well. Or if you, or make something that's super simple. Again, don't waste a lot of time. Make sure that it's healthy. Make sure that it's good for you. I have a protein shake every morning. It's 2 scoops of protein powder. It's 2 scoops of this sort of brain stuff that's supposed to help with your brain and sharpen your focus and get you going that way. I don't know if it actually works, but it tastes like grape, and I love grape, so I love to have the grape flavor. And then I always have, as many of you know me, I swear by this stuff. So Complete Essentials, Optivita, I also sell it. But I have some of that every day, and that's my morning smoothie. It gives me all the fruits and vegetables and vitamins I need for the day, and this makes a huge difference in my life. So I have that every morning. I mix it up. I have my breakfast. I calm down, and then I sit down, and I'm ready to go to work, somewhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. You know, some people would say, my gosh, you left your house at 6:30, at 6:15, and now you've spent all this time not working? You know what? No, I didn't work. I didn't check my email. I didn't look at Facebook, Instagram, none of that. I just spent time putting myself in the right place. Now I go into work, and I go to work. Now the important thing about work, and I'll talk more, this is just kind of a morning hack. Actually, I'm not going to talk about it. This is just a morning hack. Then I sit down with a mind that has been opened up, a mind that now has a lot of new truth information bubbling around in it, and now I can take my mind and apply it to the problems, to this. I have a task list up. Now I can apply it to my tasks. Now I can apply it to my problems, but I apply it from a very lively, active, pumped up, super energized mind. And then it's fun. And that is the best way for me to keep my energy up throughout the day. Now, I've got some hacks for midday and I've got some hacks for evening, and I'll get in those into another show. But hopefully that will help you entrepreneurs simplify your mornings, invigorate yourselves, so when you go to solving the world's problems, you are at your very best. It works for me. I hope some of it will work for you. Implement some of them, try them out, figure it out how it works for you. But there is some sort of way to do it in a way that will make you more effective as an entrepreneur. And then you will solve the world's problems, and I will be so grateful. So thanks for joining me this morning. Let's finish with another. Hopefully this gets you excited, but let's end with the outro. Thanks for joining me on the Little Black Couch. Where is it? There. On the Little Black Couch this morning for a little chat. Hope you have a great day. Again, Aaron Stewart. Talk to you later. Thanks.